Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Matt Kerr, and this is the Hot Action Podcast. And guess what? If you're listening to this or if you're watching this, we made it. We survived a whole nother off season, and the NFL is back. As long as we can make it to tomorrow night, we will be watching NFL football. And because that's the case, we're going to have to gamble. This year, I'm going to be keeping you up to date on all of my picks against the spread. I'm picking every single game because I'm in a pickem contest. I will be telling you one pick a week for Survivor, as long as I can survive. And that will be my weekly update on this full-length videos for the Hot Action Podcast. So that's what I plan on doing. And last few years, I've managed to make it all the way through, so I don't see why this year should be any different. All right, here we go. Off the top, we got a great game. We got a banner raiser. Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, are laying 7.5 at home against the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I am extremely tempted to take the Eagles here. Dallas is just off of making one of the most back-breaking trades in recent memory and trading away Micah Parsons right before the season starts. They are not going to have much going in terms of defense. Philadelphia was an absolute wagon last year. The only thing I'm really worried about here is the spread. I think Philadelphia should win this game pretty easily, but divisional games tend to be pretty close on average. But I'm just taking the pedigree. I'm taking this team that can absolutely dominate teams on their day. I think Dallas will be a bit demotivated. I don't know what to think of Kellen Moore, I believe. No, not Kellen Moore. I can't remember the name of the new Dallas coach. I will learn it as the year goes along. I believe he is the brother of the Seahawks offensive coordinator, but I can't remember their names at the moment. All right, we're taking Philadelphia minus 7.5. All right. Then we got Kansas City at LA Chargers. This game is being played on a neutral site in São Paulo, Brazil. I'm going to be taking the Chiefs minus 3.5. This Chargers team, I have high hopes this year for the Chargers, but generally speaking, I think this Chiefs team is going to be on a warpath. They're coming back with a vengeance. They did not like the way last year ended, and they're the cream of the crop in the AFC. And then we've got Tampa Bay at Atlanta for the first game of the Sunday morning slate. Tampa Bay is laying 2.5 points. I'm going to be taking the favorite. I like Tampa Bay to win this division. Atlanta, they're always off-season champions. They're always doing stuff that people like in the off-season. And then it comes time for them to do something impressive. And they finished 8-9 last year, They just don't believe in them. And I will continue to not believe in them until they show me something that makes me think otherwise. Kirk Cousins is still on the team. That's crazy. This is crazy stuff. All right. We got Pittsburgh at the Jets. Pittsburgh is laying 2.5 points, and I don't think that's enough. I think this Jets team is going to be a mess. I don't like anything they've got going on. I'd like to give the benefit of the doubt to the new coaching staff. Glenn seems like he might be able to get the boys doing some stuff, but this Pittsburgh team is extremely well coached. Defense is strong. We'll find out what Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf can do this game against this Jets defense. It can be nasty, but that being said, situational football is what wins games, and the Jets have never really demonstrated an ability to, play situational football. And, all right, looks like I'll be taking my first dog of the slate. We got Miami at Indianapolis. Miami is getting a half point on the road. I don't like this Indianapolis team at all. They had a camp battle between Richardson and Danny Dimes. Danny Dimes won This cannot say anything good about this team. I don't like them. I'm taking Miami. I'm as long as Miami's relatively healthy. HN looks like he might be a bit banged up, but when they have most of their skill position players in their quarterback, I like this Miami team. It'll be later in the year when I start to worry about them. They're kind of like the Cardinals in that way, where they have more in the tank at the beginning of the year, and then their stuff starts to fall apart as the year goes on. All right, then we got Carolina at Jacksonville. Both these teams were in the basement last year. Carolina's getting 3.5 points. I'm just going to take the points to see how it goes. Carolina finished last year kind of hot. We'll see if Bryce Young has what it takes. Jacksonville, I have, hope that they will be better than last year. I think the addition of Liam Cohen as a head coach is good for them, but we'll see. I'm just taking the points because it's a divisional game, and that's about it. I don't really have too strong feelings in this game. Again, Jacksonville is one of those teams that often does stuff in the offseason that people like. I don't know about this, playing a player on both sides of the ball thing. Is it a sideshow? Is it the real deal? We'll find out. We'll find out over the next few weeks. Then we got the New York Giants at the Washington Commanders. Giants are getting 6.5 points. I don't know about this Giants team. They seem to be having trouble picking their quarterback. It's going to be Russell Wilson, but they seem to want to hand it off to Dart. I will be taking Washington minus 6.5. Seems simple enough. And then we've got Arizona at New Orleans. New Orleans is getting 6.5 points at home. I don't like this line, but I think New Orleans is in the running for worst team in the NFL. We'll be taking Arizona. Yeah, that's all there is to say about that. Again, this is a scenario where they had a quarterback camp battle between Rattler and Shuck. And I watched some of those Rattler games last year, and they were hard to watch, and Rattler won the quarterback contest. Do not like that. They spent years running their team deep into cap hell, and they are now having to pay for it last year and this year. I think that this team will be very much in contention for the first overall pick, so we're taking Arizona. That's a big line for an away team, but I think that they can overcome it. We'll see. Then we got Cincinnati at Cleveland. Cleveland's getting 5.5 points at home. I think Cleveland is going to be dog water. But what I also think is that Cincinnati has no defense at all. Cleveland's at home. They're getting 5.5 points. Last year, Cincinnati lost their first 2 games. They tend to not start very well. We're taking the points. We're gambling. And then we've got the final game of the morning slate. We got Las Vegas at New England. Vegas is getting 2.5 points. These teams both won 4 games last year. I tend to think that the home team should have the slight advantage. Both teams have new coaches. Vegas has Geno Smith. They've got Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers. The new look Raiders could be a tough out potentially, but I think the New England at home, I'll be taking those guys. First game of the afternoon slate, we got San Francisco at Seattle. Seattle's getting 2.5 points at home. And I'm going to say it right now. The Seahawks have been disrespected this offseason. People are acting like we're going to be 4th in the division. I don't think that's going to be the case. If you want to see my predictions for all the division winners, watch my next video, which I'll be putting up shortly after I post this one. It will be about all my futures bets for this season. But, long story short, I'm taking the points. Seattle's at home. we won a lot more games than San Fran last year. San Fran is entering this season in worse shape than they entered last season, and last season went very poorly for them. We'll see how it goes. I'm a bit afraid of CMC going crazy on Seattle like he has been known to do. But, that being said, I'm taking Seattle. I'm taking the points. I think we had a great offseason. And that's everything to do with that game. Then we got Tennessee at Denver. I do not particularly... Tennessee is getting 7.5 points. I do not particularly like Tennessee's coach. I really want to see what Cam Ward looks like under the NFL lights. But I have to pick a team here, so I'm taking Denver minus 7.5. Relying on home field advantage. I think Denver's defense and offense are both going to be quite good this year. I think Sean Payton's a great coach. I think Bo Nix is a pretty solid quarterback. And Tennessee is just a bunch of question marks at this point. So we're going to take the pedigree. And yeah, that's all there is to say about that. Then we've got the later afternoon games. We got Detroit at Green Bay. Detroit's getting 2.5 points. I think Detroit's a better team. I think Detroit's getting points. I'm taking Detroit. I love to take points in a divisional battle. Yeah, that's all. That's my whole analysis there. Then we got Houston at the Rams. The Rams are laying 2.5 points. I have, my suspicions that Stafford is not feeling very well. But until I see it, I'm just going to assume he's okay. And this Rams team is pretty scary. I think the home opener, we can lay 2.5 points against Houston. Houston's defense is pretty nasty, but we'll see what they can do this year. I don't have very strong feelings either way. I'm just taking the home team here. And then we got Baltimore at Buffalo. It's a 0.5-point line. Baltimore's getting 0.5 point on the road. Sunday Night Football. This is a great game to crown off the opening week. I'll be taking Baltimore. I have good feelings about Baltimore this year. I have good feelings about Buffalo this year as well. But someone's got to win this game, so I'll take Baltimore. And, okay, then we've got Minnesota giving up 1.5 at Chicago. Now, this is going to be tough here because there's a lot of change in the offseason with both these teams. Minnesota is now starting a new quarterback, and Chicago has a new head coach. I am just going to go with the O'Connell pedigree. We're taking Minnesota minus 1.5. I don't feel great about it, but that's what we're doing. And let's submit this tiebreaker. We're going 45 points. Tiebreaker submitted. So that's my picks for the contest. And in terms of Survivor, we are going to be taking the Arizona Cardinals. Hopefully they can get their poop in a group and defeat the Saints. And for week 1, that is everything. And I am going to go from posting this video directly to setting up my season-long futures predictions video starting shortly. So watch out for that. It will be in your feed shortly. Peace.